We got some real offbeat stories for you today. So there's this guy in Albuquerque named what's this guy's name? Furman Aguilar. This man got a couple tickets and decided he was going to take it upon himself to take pictures of every city official and cop he saw parked illegally in Albuquerque. What a god! What a legend! I wish I had the patience. This man is like, this is like the best vigilante story I've seen in a while. He compiled more than 400 photos of some questionable parking by city officials and state workers, and now he's calling them out. At any time of day, you can go down there and somebody's breaking the law down there. Parked on crosswalks, parked in the yellow. One scenario in my video was parking in the fire lane, walking over and giving people tickets. He got the pictures to prove it. I wanted to show that this is going on and it was unfair. More than 400 of them were all downtown. It was a whole year-long process. This man was sitting there taking pictures of cops parked illegally. What a gangster, man.
Real G.
For sure. So there's this man shoplifting. I'm not sure exactly where, but he was robbing a pet store. And he shoved a boa constrictor down his pants to steal it from the store. I gotta adjust my audio here. This shit's loud. You still there? Speak for me.
I'm here.
Okay. I had to adjust my audio levels. It was too loud. Okay, so this man shoved a whole boa constrictor down his pants. Trying to steal from the pet store, man. Is that a snake in your pants, or are you happy to see me?
Wow.
That is wild as shit. So it seems like a lot of folks in California are having trouble getting jobs that smoke weed. Yeah, a lot of folks are having, they can't, because like some state jobs and you know, government jobs, they're just not gonna allow that. Oh, you got this on core, don't you? You see, look, I unloaded a clip in this man, and he just punched me to death. Core. Oh.
Oh shit.
Hundreds of jobs were denied to people just because they smoke weed in California. But you know what? I kind of agree with the state on this one. I mean, I understand, you know, needing a job and liking to smoke pot, but you know, your life in danger and pot don't mix well together. I think if you're gonna take a job and smoke pot, you need to get you a job where your life's not in danger. Like driving and that shit, that's not good. Driving and smoking pot is not good. So I kind of feel it's the same thing for this scenario. So Elizabeth Warren said she's gonna have a full sweeping marijuana legalization plan. like Bernie Sanders. I don't necessarily like Warren. I don't like a lot of the candidates, but it's something that should happen. It's gonna happen. I feel it. It's gonna be 2020, 2021. It's gonna be legal somewhere in here, nationwide. So another PS5 patent has been surfaced, seemingly confirming that the next-gen controller, the DualShock 5, the DualShock 5 will have biofeed technology to monitor users' heart rate, sweat secretion levels, and adjust gameplay accordingly. Now, this is not the first time Sony has tried some new tech. During the PS3 days, they tried something like haptic feedback. You could tilt your controller, and like certain games like Uncharted, it lets you control your character to do certain things. And it never caught on because nobody is going to develop for that, you know? So I got a feeling the same thing's going to happen here. It's only going to be a couple games that support it, and it's going to fall off. But it will be fun to see COD do something with it. Like, here's the sweatiest gamer on the team. I think that'd be pretty neat. What do you think, man? You think it's gonna catch on?
I was focused on killing the order advantage.
So the PS5 controller with the sweat secretion levels, you think it's gonna catch on?
I don't think so.
That's how I feel about it too. I don't feel like it's gonna be supported.
Not by me. You're a shithead.
Damn, these kids are greasy. I like to know their sweat levels right now.
These kids are greasy.
Yeah, man, I'd like to see how sweaty they are. Oh, you dirty hole. I can't even get my grenade challenges done. Oh, ho, ho. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this now.
Dude, they kill me so quick.
Bull fucking shit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
We need to cap it before they did.
You need to put it on some
You know, I heard they fucking losers on them.
we need to go low and slow. We need something like oh my gosh, they're all right there. Why they all spawn like right there? I pushed my way through and then they spawned behind me. That shit makes me so upset.
Or I'm shitting on these kids now. Ooh. They're gonna win now.
Oh, these kids, man.
Fuck this game.
Fuck this map. Fuck this game mode. I'm trying to play like Search and Cyber hardcore.
Right.
As coronavirus fears hit financial markets, U.S. bond yields are tanking, pushing mortgage rates that loosely follow the 10-year Treasury yield toward an 8-year low. They could sink even lower. The average rate on popular 30-year fixed mortgage hit 3.34% on Monday, according to Mortgage News Daily. That it borrows strongly with financial credit scores. So mortgage rates are an all-time low. That's great. It means houses cost less. All thanks to a virus. Price of living goes down. Diabetes is characterized by trouble producing or managing insulin, and one emerging treatment involving converting stem cells into beta cells that secrete the hormone. Now scientists have developed a more efficient method of doing just that, and found that implanting these cells in diabetic mice functionally cured them of the disease. I can't wait for this to be implemented in humans. That's fantastic. Who the fuck was this guy hiding? You gonna put it on search in cyber? Did you know on Valentine's Day in Japan, women give chocolates to men rather than the other way around?
Excuse me?
Yeah, women give chocolates to guys in Japan instead of the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? A fun little factoroonie. Yeah. You know men are scared of women over there?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's just how their culture is. Nowadays. Weird, yeah. These guys aren't interested in pussy. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. So there's this lady named Deborah Falcone. Said her dog Portia was taken by a hawk and went missing for 28 hours. She thought she would never see her dog again, but then her dog was found alive. So a hawk flew by, snatched her little toy poodle out of the fucking yard, and carried him miles and miles away. Can you imagine your dog getting snatched up by a fucking falcon?
Dude, I seen one day I was looking out the backyard and I seen a fucking eagle come down and swoop up a squirrel. I was just looking at a squirrel, right?
Yeah.
Fucking eagle come down and
Snatched him right up. But a dog, man, like a toy poodle. Imagine a hawk just lifting your dog up off the ground.
Pick up babies and shit.
I know, isn't that crazy though? You just outside walking your fucking dog on the leash, and all of a sudden a fucking hawk comes up and just grabs your dog, carries them away somewhere. Crazy. That's crazy. She said, all I can do is thank God for the miracle, because I don't know how else this dog could have survived. She said she let her dogs out on the upper back deck Thursday morning when a hawk grabbed her dog and flew off. She said that she searched with a group of friends in the freezing cold throughout the night, but the dog was nowhere to be found. They found her later. I think it said in the report the dog was some 28 miles away.
Wow.
That hawk carried that dog for a long time, man. You ever heard of airplane boners?
No.
Well, it's a real thing. Sometimes with the altitude, it causes your blood to get pushed down to your lower extremities, and some people get airplane boners.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of it.
Due to alleged change in the air pressure that affects blood pressure. Only apparently it does not just happen on planes. So I was reading on the internet recently, and it was like there's a phenomenon that affects mountain climbers, specifically Mount Everest. A lot of people get boners on Mount Everest due to the change in air pressure. Man, I get wood climbing these mountains, man, let me tell you. So, two gay dudes meet up on Grindr, and yeah, it's cool for gays to be gay and all, but this shit's crazy. Graphic details of a murder of a man named Kevin Bacon, no, not the famous actor, have emerged after this alleged murder report admitted to cannibalism. Bacon, a 25-year-old hairstylist, met up with the accused killer, Mark Ladnewski, on Christmas Eve after matching on the LGBTQ app Grindr, according to Michigan Live. When Bacon never showed up at Christmas breakfast, his family called the police, and 4 days later, Bacon's body was found tied up by his ankles at Ladnewski's house. Ladnewski, 50, told police that he stabbed Bacon in the back and slit his throat, killing him, and then hung him up from the rafters, according to Michigan Live. Then he told police he cut off his date's testicles and ate them. Sheesh. Tell me that ain't some odd news. What you think, bro? What you think about that?
Think about what, brother?
The story just told you. This man ate this dude's testicles, bro.
Oh, I read about that.
Did he eat them raw? Did he stir fry the motherfucker? Like, I'm confused.
Threw him on the grill.
Threw him on the grill. So oh, come on, man. Like, how? What's his recipe? The fucking free shit. A swarm as many as 40,000 Africanized bees sent several people to the hospital and closed the street in California after swarming from the eaves of Howard Johnson Inn. Police and firefighters were called to the scene after a report about two bee sting on Boulevard in Pasadena on Wednesday evening. 2 firefighters, 2 police officers, and 1 civilian ended up in the hospital after being stung. 40,000 fucking bees just swarming the streets. Could you imagine such a terror? That shit's insane, man. And those Africanized bees are savage too. They're savage. You ever looked up African bees?
African bees? No.
The way they build nests, like this, I've seen a video, and this whole dude's porch was like filled with combs. He couldn't even use his front porch no more. He couldn't even like go out the front door no more. He had to go out back. That shit's crazy. And even like the slightest like vibrations piss them off, and they just come after you and sting you. And it's worse than a regular bee sting.
Damn.
So, a fast food employee, Yamaka, Washington, wasn't having it when someone tried to rob him last Saturday, according to a police report. Officers were called into the Jack in the Box on North 1st Street around 1 p.m. for a report of an attempted robbery. Went AWOL for the suspect. The suspect, 37-year-old Damien McQuilkley, allegedly walked to the restaurant to order some food. A witness said that he was wearing a coat with his hands in his pockets as if he was going to pull something out of it, and told the cashier he needed money. Based on the statement from the witness at the restaurant, a police report described the encounter as follows. "I'm robbing you." Cashier replied, "You're not robbing shit." And he said, "Yes, I am. I need the money." Cashier said, "I'll beat your ass. You want to go outside and handle this?" The suspect left the store. Man, you know that Jack in the Box employee just was like done with life. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit right now. I'm gonna do this shit. Let's do this shit." He never went to college. He's just sitting there in the Jack in the Box. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go out a legend if I go out." When the police asked the cashier if he believed the suspect was armed, the cashier said the suspect looked like he was more nervous than he was. This man was ready to die. Point blank. This cashier was just like, "Man, fuck this job. Oh, this dude's got a gun. Let's see if I can get him to kill me." That's all for the show. Shit, you got any fun stories, man?
Not that I can think of off the top of the neck.
Shit, man. Alright. Fuckity night.
Fuckity night.
We out this bitch.